Hello everyone, and welcome to a brand new Let's Play of the life and suffering of Sir Brante in the times of the fall of the blessed Arcanian Empire. The life and suffering of Sir Brante is a text RPG adventure game, one of the highest rated on Steam actually, and this Let's Play of the game is going to be completely blind. I have not read anything about the game on purpose, because I really want to enjoy it firsthand and see for myself why it is so highly rated. So, without further ado, let's get right on with it. I have my coffee, I have my recording software set up, so there's nothing to stop us from going on in. Enter your character's name, Sir Rudolph Brante. Game mode, chapter restarts. You will be able to rewind to the beginning of any chapter you have completed and continue from that point, or disabled. You will not be able to go back to previous chapters and change your decisions. Okay, I'm gonna keep it enabled because of possible crashes of recording software and other things, but I'm not gonna go back at any point during this playthrough. We might do another one if the game warrants it, if there are many outcomes and many choices. But, let's keep this just for making my life a bit easier if it crashes somewhere down the line. Consequences open or hidden. Open. You will see the consequences of your possible choices in advance. This is the recommended game mode, as you will be able to direct the character's fate in the way you want. Or hidden. You will not see the consequences of your possible choices in advance. Okay, we're gonna go with hidden because I'm a man and this is how you live your life. You just make a choice, you think about it, ideally, then make a choice and then live with the consequences. Okay, let's go. You hold the fate of a single man in your hands. You will follow his life from birth to death. Your choices shall define who Sir Brante will grow up to be. You will decide his personality, social status, and what mark he'll leave on history. With every step he takes at your behest, Sir Brante's character will change and evolve. Your decisions will close some doors for him, but open many others. The world of Sir Brante's birth is a ruthless realm, where people are divided into estates. It is hard to be a hero here. Be ready to accept that Sir Brante cannot overcome every challenge in his path. Every hard choice will test his character and personal qualities. Often, you will not be able to make the choice you would like to. It may happen because you chose a different road earlier, exhausted your hero's willpower, or haven't earned the right position in society. Every victory will be a struggle, a path paved with bitter losses and gut-wrenching failures. Accept the tragedy. This is how you will create a gripping and unique tale for your hero. What will become of your Sir Brante, his loved ones, and his world? It all depends on you.
The story of my life remains written on these pages, but my fate has always been my own. Every deed, every choice, every person I met made me what I am. Could I have taken a different path? Could I have found a different calling? Altered the very course of history? And what price would I have to pay?
Chapter 1. At the End of Time. Your fingers are stained with ink. Your breathing grows ragged. Your hands are shaking, yet the words begin appearing on the page before you, one by one, clinging together to form a chronicle of your own life. Who are you, and how did you reach this end? You were born, raised, and lived your entire life in the blessed Arcanian Empire. In this land, a man's destiny is predetermined at the moment of his birth. Whether human or Arcanian, nobleman, priest, or low-born commoner, all bend to the divine will of the twin gods. And each life is naught but a single cog in the universe's immeasurable machine. The memories come flooding back. They engulf you as a merciless wave, binding together days that are thrice dead and gone. The dreams of your childhood, your adolescence, your youth spent in the capital, years of peace teeming with life, and a war drenched in blood, high ranks and lower deeds, opulent palaces, secretive city backstreets, fields of battle, and faces. So many faces of the people you held dear, the people who walked this road by your side. Such was your life, now all exposed by ink erupting onto the page. With your every step, you sought to change the world as you saw fit. The choices of your upbringing, the path you carved in your youth, the fruits of your struggle, the consequences of your sacrifice, all of it led you here to the end of your time. And every choice had a price. Now, years and years later, the crossroads of your life echo in your memory, the pain and joy inextricably intermingled. Could you have taken a different path? Chosen a different calling? Found a different place in the world? You had the power to alter the very course of history. Now on the verge of death, you struggle with doubt, seeking answers to the last and most crucial question of all. Your life, of all the paths in life, why did you walk this one? Did you choose your own fate? Or was your life shaped by forces beyond your control? What determines a man's destiny? The man himself. Your life has always been yours to live. You made your own destiny. The world around him. Your path was charted for you by the people, the age, and the society in which you lived. A higher power. Your destiny was forged by a power greater than your own. There is no destiny. Destiny does not exist. Human life is an exercise in chance. It is not governed by any laws. That's an interesting choice to start with. My guess would be the man himself. That would probably, for the first playthrough, I'm probably gonna try to roleplay a bit as myself. We'll see if there are any other playthroughs, but I think the man himself makes the most sense to me. The world around him, yeah, definitely, but you are the ultimate, the source of the choice. That's you. You are affected by the world, but still it comes from you. The higher power in this world might exist, but still, unless everything is predetermined, it's you. And there is no destiny could be seen as the man himself, but I'd rather see the world as your oyster than you being a ship on a rocky sea with no help. So let's go with the man himself. You can hear Death's footsteps drawing near. You square your shoulders and take a deep, full breath. You have found your final answer. What is destiny other than a long chain of your own actions and decisions? No matter what happened in your life, you always had a choice. That's exactly what I meant. You lived the life you deserved. Only you can answer for it. But are you right about this? Is it all true? To learn the truth, you will have to return to the very beginning, remembering every step you took along the way. On these pages, the story of a man named Sir Brante will live once more. Chapter 1: Childhood. Childhood, where life begins. First words, first unsteady steps. You are but a small child, learning about the world in which you were born. To you, everything is so new, so baffling, and so unforgiving. A long, trying life stretches before you. So many feats and faults, so many fateful choices to come. Yet you are already sowing the seeds of your future self. You are learning to live and survive in this world, looking for a place within it to call your own, choosing your future destiny. Who will you grow up to be? Prologue. Growing up. In chapters childhood, adolescence, and youth, you will live through your hero's coming of age. You will shape the protagonist's personality, his qualities, and relationships. By the end of Prologue, you will determine the estate and future occupation of your hero. Only in adulthood will he start to influence the world around him, and even the ultimate fate of the Empire. Who will Rudolf Brante grow up to be? It's your call. Events in the personal life of the hero that can happen in this chapter. The fencing lessons. You dare to study fencing, like your father, even though you have no right to it by birth. Beyond. As a small child, you suffer your first death and rebirth. Insight. You experience an insight when your mother tells you about the ways of the world and the lots of its inhabitants. Nobleman's Sacrament. You challenge the sacred order and attempt to seize a noble lot. Oh, interesting. Your personal qualities at this age, they determine which choices you may take. Determination 0, spineless. Perception 0, inattentive. So determination, your perseverance and strength of character, your ability to get your way. It affects your frame of mind and the skills you have when you grow up. Okay, spineless, active, resolute, or adamant. So we have the scale going from 0 to 10. Perception represents how attentive you are to other people of the world around you, your ability to comprehend and learn. It affects your frame of mind and the skills you have when you grow up. Inattentive, curious, inquisitive, insightful. Why did this change? Okay, it didn't. Your inner strength and the number... Okay, your inner strength and the number of lesser deaths that you have experienced. These qualities will stay with you for your entire life. Willpower, ready for action. Your remaining inner strength and the readiness for action. You spend it on difficult choices. So we have exhausted -10 to -1. Ready for action is 0 to 9. Full of power is 10 to 19, and prepared for anything is 20 to 30. Deaths. After suffering a lesser death, one is reborn. One who dies a true death faces the judgment of the twin gods. So untouched by death, died once, died twice, died thrice, and true death. Okay, so we can die 4 times. This section opens... The sections that open in this chapter. Destiny screen is now available. Okay. So here are the things that we can do. Personality screen is now available. 0 years lowborn growing up. House of Brante is now available. Reputation free. Tarnished honor. The honor of your family and your position in high society. It affects how the nobility treats your family. And we are somewhere between 1 to 3. Actually 3, it says here. Tarnished honor. So something has happened in our family's past that is probably seen as not great. Well, 5. Moderate means. The financial state of your family, the level of your income and positions. And Unity 7 represents how close and trusting your family is. It affects the fate of your family members. 0 hatred. 1 through 3 quarrels and feuds. 4 through 6 disagreements. 10 would be harmony. And we have an heir, Stefan Brante. Brother, relationships +1 indifference. Robert Brante's son from his first marriage and a noble by birth. So for the second son, okay. From a young age, he has been striving to be first in all things and demonstrate his superiority to the family. So for the second brother, I get that. And family screen is now available. So Gregor Brante is the grandfather. His son Robert Brante is my father. He has an ex-wife, Amalia L. Bourne. She died. She gave birth to my brother, and the firstborn, Stefan Brante, or Stefan. I'm probably gonna go with Stefan. It could be, Stefan. Stefan Brante, brother. I'm the second child, Rudolf Brante, and my mother, Lydia, has a daughter, Gloria. So can we see? We can see the description. So Amalia L. Bourne, noblewoman of the sword, true death. Your father's first wife passed away soon after giving birth to Stefan, never to be reborn. Stefan's birth... Okay, this reborn mechanic seems a bit more complicated than I thought. I kinda expected it to be a sort of quick loads or something like that, and it seems like every character goes through this. Stefan's birth mother, she died while giving birth to him. She was a noblewoman of the sword and the sister of Augustin L. Bourne, a powerful family friend. The match between her and your father was your grandfather's doing. Amalia is said to have been a striking woman with a forceful personality who was proud of her noble origins. Now Lydia Lowborn, +2 sympathy, okay? A humble commoner from the outskirts of Anisot. Neither her lowly origins nor the fact that your grandfather directly forbade the marriage stopped your father from taking her into his home. She now manages the household and raises Robert's children. Your mother is devoted to her faith and insists that her children observe their laws. Okay. So what about my father? Nobleman of the Mantle, +2. A nobleman of the Mantle and a judge at the Anisot Prefecture. Okay, that's the birthplace of my mother. I have to say, his first wife, I guess she was younger when she died, but she seems much prettier on that picture. Following in the footsteps of his father Gregor, he earned a noble title and a position at the prefecture. So you can earn a noble title, okay. He works tirelessly in his judicial service for the sake of his family. He took your lowborn mother Lydia as his second wife, thereby jeopardizing the family's noble future. My brother, Stefan, Robert Brante's son from his first marriage and a noble by birth. From a young age, he has been striving to be first in all things and demonstrate his superiority to the family. And what of my grandfather? He's still alive. -1 indifference. Okay, so he probably... Okay, the worst relation of all is with Gregor, my grandfather. He probably likes my elder brother more. The head of the Brante family and a nobleman of the Mantle. A senior judge at the Anisot Prefecture. He was the first... Okay, so he has the same... judicial service. So he has the same position and title as my father. He was the first person in the family to get an education and achieve a noble title. His dream is to see his family ennobled by the sword. A cruel and fierce defender of the ancient order, he is constantly preoccupied with arranging the future of his family line. Okay, and what of Gloria, my sister? The illegitimate daughter of your mother Lydia. She has never met her real father. Okay, so was she born... Oh damn, she had to be born after me. Her position in the family is precarious. Robert Brante has never acknowledged her as his own daughter. Your sister is a dreamer. She often has her head in the clouds and can act reckless at times. So you're telling me that my father married my mother against the will of his father, only for her to cheat on him and have an illegitimate daughter. Wow, what a family. Okay, that... And wait, didn't it say that we were living in harmony? Also Brante. Yeah, Unity 7. Wow, I would not expect that to be a sort of a peaceful coexistence. Well, and we can now begin the chapter. Okay, I actually think I'm gonna stop the episode here. These are going to be, shorter. I'm gonna do more of them per day, hopefully, and I'm gonna publish more of them, but I would like to be these episodes a bit more bite-sized than my usual content. So in the next episode we are going to begin the first chapter, Childhood, after we have found out that we have a rocky start, to say the least. I'm really interested in seeing how this illegitimacy of my sister and my brother having a different mother and trying to please his father and, by proxy probably his grandfather is going to go. I'm very interested in seeing that. A really interesting and a really nice setup. So, I'll see you in the next episode where we are going to tackle Chapter 1, Childhood.